Hey folks, welcome back into the Vegas Don channel. We're here on Fremont Street at the Fremont Street Experience on a Saturday night, watching one of the street performers here do something. He's playing some music. I'm not sure what you would call this, but kudos to him. At least he's performing. We saw in an earlier video down here that actually a few videos that some of these guys, they come down here and they don't bother performing, which is just terrible. They just sit there and point at their tip bucket slash jar slash box or whatever it is they have, and they'll like jump or twitch whenever someone drops some money into their box, but they don't actually do any performing. So over to the right, you'll notice the showgirls over there. Bear in mind, the showgirls are not ambassadors or city employees or anything like that. They're out here for themselves. They are independent contractors. And so when you go up to them, they'll tell you that the picture is free. It's never free. Never. One aphorism, an old aphorism in life, stands very true here in Vegas. There's no such thing as a free lunch. And that is absolutely true here in Vegas. So they will take your photo with you, and then they'll tell you afterwards, yeah, it's 20 bucks per girl. And if you balk at that, they're going to have their buddies who are standing somewhere nearby kind of come out and surprise and surround you. And then you kind of feel bullied and harassed into giving them the money they want. I've seen 20 bucks a girl, I've seen 50 bucks a girl, and I had one couple tell me they were charging $100 per girl, per photo. Let's say you want to get 2 or 3 photos of them, doesn't matter. They're going to charge you per photo. So always ask in advance, how much is it in advance? You need to know that information. It's very, very important down here. There's a lot of folks that, all these street performers, they're all independent contractors. And they're not supposed to charge in advance for anything. They can ask for tips. And I encourage you, please do tip them. A lot of these guys are down here working hard. That includes Sin City Horror Squad and Sin City Depths. You'll see them down here, as well as the Tony, one of the Michael Jackson performers. And certainly anyone that's dancing and moving around and not expecting money to be dropped into their bucket or box or whatever before they actually move or do anything. And again, there's a couple of those groups down here that just stand there the whole time and point at their box. And I begin to wonder if they even have any talent at all. If it's just a scam, they just stand there and point at the box. It's really sad to me, because I've seen children take money from their parents and go up to the performers, drop the money in there, and then the child goes back to the parent. It's the First Street stage over here. They're just playing DJ music right now. And then the child goes back to the parent. The street performers don't move an inch, and the child looks at their parent like, what did I do wrong? Because they expected them to do something. The child feels like they did something wrong, which is just awful and just heart-wrenching to see. So they gather large crowds because they're just standing there doing nothing, and people are like, what are you doing? So just be aware of that when you come down here. If you see them just standing there, you're probably not going to see anything. There's Medea. You see it all down here on Fremont Street on a Saturday night. Actually, any night of the week, really, but especially on the weekends. Always a very eccentric crowd down here. More showgirls there. These guys in these suits especially, they're another one that I'm going to add to that list. They're down here. He is working hard inside that suit. It is hot inside that thing. And these guys are down here in July and August doing that stuff. And that's just brutal. And that is just hard work. But they must do okay. I mean, it's a great way to lose weight, for sure. All that moving and dancing around, plus the sweating. Some great cardio in there. But still, it's not work that I would want to try and accomplish, for sure. See the bar outside the Circa over there? They have a bar back behind me outside here along Fremont and in front of the Golden Gate. The Golden Gate is actually one of the first casino here in Las Vegas. Has that distinction. of being the very first casino located at 1 Fremont Street. Fremont Street was the very first paved road in Las Vegas. And the Golden Gate had first started out as the Miller Hotel, and then the Hotel Nevada, and then the Sal Segev, which is Las Vegas spelled backwards, and is now the Golden Gate. Had the worst, not the first telephone number here in Vegas, and that number was number 1. First address here in Vegas, 1 Fremont Street. And they also had the first indoor plumbing here in Las Vegas. And then in the 50s, they got the first casino surveillance system, which was a two-way mirror, so that they could keep an eye on the folks that were a little more nefarious in their intents and actions. I'm going to head this way over here to the Main Street stage, name that because it's right up against Main Street here, across the street from the Plaza Hotel and Casino. If you're new to the channel, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. It really helps recommend us to other viewers, and it absolutely helps recommend us to the almighty algorithm. The almighty algorithm is what really carries the weight of your voice to other folks. So please help us out there. We call him Big Al, and Big Al carries the weight of your voice to other folks. I have another DJ playing over here, waiting for the bands to get up here and start their thing. Usually at 8 p.m. they get going. There's the Golden Gate right there. Tons of history there in that casino hotel. And then back behind here on the other side of Main Street, as mentioned, is the Plaza Hotel and Casino, the facade of which was used in the movie Back to the Future 2 as Biff's Pleasure Palace. So I've had some folks ask me about these NFL machines. They have them right here at Golden Gate. They also have them down there at the D as well. And feel free to drop a comment if you know of any others. But had a lot of comments from folks asking me about the location of some of these NFL slot machines. So there's one right inside the door there at Golden Gate. And then the Circus parking garage over there is called the Garage Mahal. And then Pink Box Donuts. And the Carousel Bar out there in front of the plaza. You have Oscar's Steakhouse over off to the right, and there is the facade of Biff's Pleasure Paradise, I think it was called, in the movie. Biff's Pleasure Paradise, Carousel Bar there. And all the buildings down here are dwarfed by the 480-foot tall Circa. When you're up at the Legacy Club at the top of the Circa, it's just... You realize how enormous that building is because you look down at these other buildings and they just look puny. Like at the Plaza and the D, they just look tiny. It's really wild. If you like drone videos, check out Vids from Mike, VIDSFROMMIKE, does some awesome sunrise and sunset drone videos to include plane spotting and the elusive and mysterious Janet Airlines. If you're unfamiliar with Janet Airlines, feel free to do a quick Google search and prepare to be wowed and amazed. No guys in black suits showing up at my door, thank you, so we'll just leave it at that. There's plenty of information out there about Janet Airlines, so feel free to Google it. Here's Pink Box Donuts. Relatively new entrance here on Fremont Street. Very popular, though. And I want to get an idea of the prices in here for you. So I kind of had to excuse myself, so that way they didn't think I was trying to cut the line here. But they have different stratas here for their, I think that's the word. It's all stratified for the prices of these different donuts. Tiers, I guess it would be. So $2 for a donut, $3, $5 for a donut on each of those charts up there. Feel free to pause it and zoom in. But donuts okay. They're okay in here. They're not that I wasn't blown away by them, but they're okay. I think they're open 24 hours in here too. But it gets really, really busy in here in the evenings, especially. I think people come in here after partying or whatever it is they're doing down here, and they want to have a little something to wake up to eat in their rooms without having to go downstairs. So It's probably a good spot to do that and pick up some donuts and just leave them maybe in your fridge, your hotel fridge overnight or something. But there is the offering up there. Hope you're able to zoom in and see some of it. Yeah, donuts for $5? Gosh, I remember you could get a baker's dozen for like $4 or $5 at Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, those good old days, they are long gone. Again, thank you all so very, very much for joining us here on the Vegas Don channel. We would not be here without you, and that's a fact. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. As we try to meander our way over here towards, you have the entrance, one of the entrances over here. There's a look at the drink menu. Coffee is like $5. That's really not a surprise. And as always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it is the journey, where what happens in Vegas stays here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. We are very grateful for each and every single one of you. So a heartfelt thank you from all of us here at the Vegas Don channel. This is a great opportunity for a selfie with that creation there, we'll call it. And we'll see you on the next one, everyone. Thank you for being here.